that gives INEC the power as an institution to arrest anybody. It can prosecute, yes. But in prosecuting anybody for any offense, you have to go through a process, and I'm sure Commissioner Ojukwu will speak more on that. You have to go through a process, and the first thing is that you arrest the person. Then you carry out an investigation.
Which is interesting, because, you know, you said that we have never blamed the police for this.
Yeah.
I mean, not in any of the conversations, but as you rightly just pointed out, you've pointed out several times that you do not have the powers to arrest.
Correct.
Which will seem like a shirking of responsibility, because when we talk to the police will say, well, we are under the instructions of INEC, and if INEC doesn't tell us to arrest, our hands are tied.
The provisions of the Police Act are quite clear. The provisions of our law are quite clear. And every police officer has a duty to enforce the law and to arrest any person he sees or has reasonable grounds to suspect has committed an offense. So whether or not it's in process for an election or the general power.
Let's quickly take your stance on that one, Mr. Ojukwu, because, I mean, he has said clearly that we do not have the powers. We're not blaming the police, but hey, we don't have the powers to arrest. That's what he said. What's your response?
Yeah, the police I know and the INEC that I know, they have a good working relationship. We never traded blames between ourselves. And such relationship has been going on for many years, and it's continuing in the current exercise. As regards arrest and all that, the Electoral Act gives INEC presiding officer in a polling unit is the chief security officer actually. He calls the shots. Police to ensure that the area is safe, sound, nobody is molested, and offenses are not committed. Where offenses are committed, as he rightly said, the police has a duty under the law to arrest anybody who is committing an offense in his presence, against whom a report has been made that he committed an offense. The same thing, every Nigerian citizen also has powers under the law to arrest somebody who commits an offense in his presence. So it's our collective responsibility. But let me tell you.
Oh, just a moment. Is this regardless of whether or not an INEC official tells you that something is going on wrong here?
This is it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
is it regardless
don't
of
forget, INEC is the umpire, as my friend already said. They are the umpire of their election. They know what and what to do in the electoral process. The police is there to complement what they're doing and to ensure that law and order are maintained within the premises of the polling units and within the external perimeter of the area. Nothing precludes the police from doing police work. But the caveat is here.
Regardless of whether or not INEC officials are saying arrest or not.
Well, we are working together. If INEC officer doesn't say, he didn't say this is an offense, or this man, what he's doing is in line with the law, is not disrupting the process, the police must be circumspect. Chances are that, in this case of vote buying, chances are that a police officer may go to pick somebody who says, that trading of money at the booth. And then the headline will read, you have it on your channel too, police disrupt election in what so and so. What was he doing? Try to stop somebody from breaching the law. Every police officer must exercise discretion. There's no offense in arresting somebody after the offense has been committed. He can still be arrested thereafter. And an officer, he may make a call for more reinforcement to enable him address the situation. But by and large, the integrity of the exercise must not be compromised, and the police must be very, very careful not to be fingered to have scuttled the election.
Mr. Ojukwu, when we look at this issue, I know we're limiting it right now to, of course, the conduct of elections, but the larger issue of when you're just, abiding by the laws of the land, you're driving on the road, you're stopped at a police checkpoint, the police officer says, anything for the boys and all of that. When we're coming from that paradigm, we're coming from that unideal situation. Now you take that to the conduct of an election, and the police officer sees something going on, whether it be vote buying and selling. Maybe he colludes, maybe he doesn't. But does in view of the realities of the country, the realities facing the average Nigerian police officer, do you think that in a polling unit or even outside of a polling unit, that a police officer needs an INEC official to say this is happening, even if he can see it with his own eyes, that the Electoral Act is being violated, that the laws of the land are being violated?
Yes, this is the first time we're having this open vote buying. Before now, it was being done by political parties, as we all know. They will do it within their, as the internal process, and they've been giving thumbs up to it. But now it is coming into the public domain. It is a challenge to every one of us. What I know that the police will do is to enforce the law in the best way possible, in a way that will not create more chaos in the system, and in a way that will not jeopardize the integrity of the exercise. We need to do education, educate the political actors. Politics has become so monetized. It's very lucrative now. Somebody who didn't have a job, who was a nobody, in 2-3 years, he has the best cars, lives in best houses, commands a lot of influences. So everybody is interested in getting there. And they can go all the way out to compromise the system, including corrupting electoral officers and even the police. But it lies with the police, for whom I speak in a way, to resist such. And when you talk about anything for the boys, this is an environmental issue, societal issue. All of us are in it.
I'm afraid I have to interrupt you, Mr. Ojukwu. Well, we'll come back. You've just talked about how this is a societal issue. And we'll see how society comes in, because Mr. Ojukwu says it's our collective responsibility to stop vote buying. Let's see how we can examine that when we come back from this break. Please stay with us.